Sneak peek number 2 for the Clash of Clans update is here. Everything you see on your screen right now is getting changed. There are new troop levels, new defense levels, new spell levels, plenty of balancing changes. This sneak peek is huge, so stay with me as we discuss each and every one of these changes which is happening and gameplay here from the developer build. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, diving straight into this, I will show you gameplay of all of these new troop levels attacking towards the end of the video, but let's discuss exactly what is coming first. And I'm sure many of you will have noticed from the start of the video that the hero levels are now going up. Level 65 will be the brand new maximum level for your queen, as well as the Barbarian King, and the Grand Warden will get 10 new levels to level 40. Now remember guys, all of the numbers you see on the developer build are subject to change. Do not be surprised if these numbers changed before the update hits. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell. YouTube might not notify you if you don't have that bell clicked. I will be showing you lots more gameplay of these new troop levels prior to the update, and I will also be sharing with you the sneak peeks as soon as we are allowed to bring them. There is more to come, so make sure you turn on that notification bell. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think? Finally, I have something to spend my Dark Elixir on. We can upgrade our heroes. Remember the change to the hammers, so I'd go ahead and purchase at least one of them now if you are a maxed level. But we also have the Golem, which is getting upgraded at Town Hall 12. You can see it looks a little bit different there, and that is because the Golem is going up to level 9. Again, numbers can change. I'm showing you this as to what Supercell are thinking at the moment, but on the dev build, numbers can change. That will be level 9, and it will be for Town Hall 12s only. Now you might notice that the healer is here as well. There are many balancing changes coming. There's a lot more, and I mean a lot more upgrades coming to spells as well. I'll get onto that in a second, but the healers are being changed slightly, but this will have a big impact, I feel, on the P.E.K.K.A. Smash type attacks. Now basically their splash radius is getting decreased from 2 tiles to 1.5. so if you have a group of bowlers in an area and the healers are healing them, currently in the live game they will heal an area of 2 tiles. That is getting reduced to 1.5. so queen walks, queen charges, things like that, where it is healing a single troop, will not be affected. It's where there's big groups. But let's just see, there are some other changes coming to some of the spells which might counteract that. We'll get onto that in a second. Now in terms of the siege machine, I personally never use the battle blimp. I always use the wall wrecker and the siege machine, and it would appear that that is similar for other people. So the battle blimp is getting a buff. The battle blimp's hit points will be increased across levels 1, 2 and 3 in order to just give you that little bit more, so you can really get into the center of the base a little bit more. Should hopefully help with them Electron style attacks. But let's swiftly move along to the next upgrade. They are flying in thick and fast. Like I said, this sneak peek is huge. When you think about the first one, this one is massive. The walls, I know it's not massive, but the level 13 walls will be coming for the remaining 50 additional wall segments. The wizard tower is getting a DPS decreased at level 8 and 9. So that is only level 8 and 9, but it is getting reduced slightly in terms of balances. But the mortar itself does get a brand new level, and that is at Town Hall 12. Again, they've buffed the mortar recently. It's not really being too devastating, but at Town Hall 12, you can now upgrade it to level 12. Little bonus, let's just see what happens with it. The spells. there is some huge changes coming to the spells. First of all, we have the Earthquake level 5. Again, I want to give you a reminder, these numbers are subject to change. Level 5 Earthquake is coming at Town Hall 11, but that's not all. The level 5 Earthquake, yes, it's cool, we get an upgrade, but it's really the change to the Earthquake that is the difference here. And that is that when you first get the Earthquake spell, it will have a radius of 3 tiles. And every time you upgrade it, it actually now increases its radius by 0.4 tiles. Up to level 5, it has a radius of 4.6 tiles. So you can actually open up a huger area of the base. You can open up 10 tiles pretty much across that Earthquake spell. It is massive. You could open up numerous compartments, and that will help the P.E.K.K.A. Smash. Unlike the healers, which will have that negative impact, we'll have to see how that happens. There is other spell upgrades coming and changes as well. The skeleton spell is probably my favourite, but I'll get onto that in a second. The haste spell coming up to level 5, and again, this is at Town Hall 11. So pretty cool. Any Lava Loon style attacks will hopefully have that little bit of a buff. Obviously, we have seen the kind of P.E.K.K.A. Smash, P.E.K.K.A. Bobat style attacks coming in a lot more. And essentially the haste spell is pretty much useless with that attack, so hopefully this might help to boost them other attacks a little bit. Finally, in my opinion, let me know down in the comments if you've been sitting thinking my rage spell has been maxed level since, like, what is it, Town Hall 8? Finally, we get another rage level. It is going up to level 6, and this is for Town Hall 12. For me, this is top of the priority. The rage spell is something that I use in every single attack. Yes, my king and queen will be up that priority list as well, but in terms of elixir, this is my main lab upgrade. Let me know what you are planning to upgrade first. What would you recommend for people? But for me, the rage spell, I use it so much in pretty much farming, war, anything. So this is top of my priority list. The poison spell is also at Town Hall 12, getting an additional level to level 6. This will be relatively high up the level as well, but to be honest, it doesn't make that much of a difference based on the CC, so it's not going to be one that I upgrade very quickly. Before it, I will probably upgrade the skeleton spell to level 6, but this is not all. The skeleton spell is changed completely. Obviously the bat spells is fantastic. It targets the defenses, kind of took over, if you will, in bats versus skeleton spells. The skeleton spells, they're kind of cool to distract single target infernos, things like that, take out the enemy queen, but they are getting a huge, and I mean a huge buff in this update. I will be sure to bring you gameplay of this skeleton spell, focusing in on it specifically. Like I said, in the coming days, I'll try and bring some videos specifically, like focusing on the level 65 queen, for example, focusing on the level 65 king. So be sure to turn on that notification bell so that you do indeed see them. But the skeleton spell is one of them I will do. Now, why is it different? Basically, now when you spawn the skeletons, it's not just a skeleton. Anybody, let me know down in the comments, who remembers the pumpkin barbarians? This was Halloween, was it maybe 1 or 2 years ago, where basically it was an event troop. It was a barbarian with a pumpkin on its head, but it essentially, it was a piece of armor. When that pumpkin was popped off, you then had a barbarian. Now the same is happening with the skeleton spells. When it spawns, it actually has armor on the skeleton, which first must be destroyed before the skeletons can then be destroyed. So essentially, each skeleton, you could think of it as having 2 skeletons, if you will. That is pretty cool. Now, in terms of upgrades that are coming to troop levels and the spells, that is them all, but there are some balance changes to the builder base, in that of how much a wall ring costs. for the walls to get upgraded. Basically, you're going to get more upgrades from the amount of rings that you have. But let's get out there and let's attack a base using these brand new maxed out troops so that you can see any of the difference with these level 65 heroes. Let's get into it. Okay, here we go, guys. I have all of the changes, all of the new troop levels in this army composition. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but let's give it a try. By the way, at the end of this video, what I'm going to do is link a video of the maximum level 65 Archer Queen versus all defenses. Now, if you are part of the notification squad, first of all, let us know down in the comments. We love that. Hashtag notification squad. You might not see that video because it's going to be uploaded a couple of hours after this one is first done, but I'll link it at the end for those of you that want to see it if you are here afterwards. What are we going to do? Let's put a P.E.K.K.A. in to create the funnel here. Let's do the same at this side. Yeah, let's get a wizard in as well. And I think I've brought the battle blimp. Why don't we send the blimp into this bottom area where that inferno tower is? So in comes the blimp behind a couple of loons. I will get the healer in a second with the queen. There's that rage. Let's pop Valkyries out to try and take that area. Now let's put the queen in with the healers. Again, you're probably not going to see that much difference to the... Wow, look at them Valkyries go. You're probably not going to see that much difference. Let's use a jump spell here to try and get the queen in. King on the outside. We don't want the king following. Let's go Golem. All of the bowlers. The Grand Warden. A P.E.K.K.A. Everything coming into the base now. And where should we use... Let's use the earthquake like here. Let's hope. Look at the radius that we're able to open up. That is insane. Absolutely crazy. Grand Warden's ability press now as everything comes forward. Let's use the skeleton spell here next to, look at that on the P.E.K.K.A. and with the queen. They are awesome. Let's use the rage as everything comes into the middle. I'm going to use the ice golem on the back end of the base. Honestly, guys, this is actually looking pretty good. For just a crazy army, this is looking good. Where's our queen? She's gone to the outside of the base. What is she doing? We're going to have to use her ability in a second because there is a Tesla farm there. Let's go ahead and use that now. Let's put minion here. Minion, I guess. Nowhere else to use a minion. Everything's kind of going down here. You can see how the healers weren't necessarily as effective in the center of the base there. The bowlers did go down, but I think, honestly, the biggest thing for me, that earthquake spell was crazy, wasn't it? Just opening up all of that compartment. 70%. 2-star for just kind of throwing troops in there and not really in-depth strategy, to be honest, guys. Just quickly made a funnel, threw the troops in, tried to show you a couple of the different troop levels. I think that is pretty awesome. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think? I am planning to try and use this earthquake spell a little bit more. I think the radius, look at what we were able to open up, sorry. We got from the town hall compartment here all the way over to this far compartment with one set of earthquake spells. Absolutely crazy stuff. The healers didn't appear to do as much damage. Granted, I didn't really see, so maybe rewind back and have a quick look and you can let me know down in the comments. But if you do want to see the video, the level 65 Arch Queen versus all defenses, I've linked it on your screen right there now. Go ahead and watch that. It is going to be awesome. But if you're part of the notification squad, you might not see it. Hit that notification bell if you're not, though, guys. You will see my videos as soon as they go live alongside the sneak peeks. But that wraps it up for sneak peek number 2 for the update. Until next time, peace out.